Alright guys, I'm putting strings on a guitar today. Ernie Ball 9s. This is an Aria Pro II. And these are just super cool guitars from the 80s. They were all made in Japan in the 1980s. And then in the, probably, I'm going to guess 1989, 1990, they started making them in the Samek factory in Indonesia and Korea. And so let's put strings on this thing. It's got the really cool crackle finish. And I just recently purchased this guitar, and I put a Dirty Finger pickup in it that coil splits. This pickup ohms out at like 16 something. It's a really hot pickup. It's going to be tons of fun in this guitar, so here we go. Let's throw some strings on it. I'm putting 9-gauge strings on it, so it's going to be fun and fast and easy to play. I think the Dirty Finger pickup, I've had this pickup laying around in my shop for probably about a year now, and I've been waiting for something fun to put it in. And this is definitely the guitar. You know, it's got some bumps and scratches and scrapes. And these guitars were brand new, you know, they were $300 guitars. And this is the kind of stuff I like. You know, what's kind of strange about this is it does have the inverted headstock, but we also have a marker right here on the first fret, so you don't see that very often. So this guitar does have a 2-point style trim, very similar to a Fender style. And the only thing, in my opinion, that would make this guitar better would be to have a Floyd Rose in it. It's hard to set them up, it's hard to keep them in tune, but when those things are locked in and set up nicely, the Floyd Roses are just tons of fun to play. If you're not a really fast guitar player like myself, I'm not much of a guitar player, but if I had a Floyd Rose, I could do a couple of easy sort of, you know, dive bomb tricks. I could do easy little harmonics and pull on a harmonic and stuff like that. So it was easy to come up with a couple little cool guitar tricks when you have a Floyd Rose on your guitar. And that's what I did a lot when I had my punk band going. Okay, so we looked this serial number up as far as the different serial number codes. And this one comes out as a 1989 made in South Korea. So, you know, you can always hope that it's a Japanese guitar because quality was better and it fetched a little bit more money. But the South Korea builds great guitars, the binding up the neck, and it's just the frets feel really nice and smooth on here. And it's just a fun guitar to have in South Korea or Japan. They both make quality guitars back then and even more so now. So what I do to kind of stretch the strings out a little bit, I usually hold it down on the 12th fret, or just kind of lay my hand on there and I kind of pull up on these first strings. But I don't usually do that too much to these, because you'll break one of these really quickly. You just want to make sure that the string is seated down here nicely. And then a lot of times up here on the top, after I kind of tune them up a little bit, I'll also kind of pull it through the nut a couple of times. Just to stretch it out. So it is all strung up, and man, what a fun guitar. I love the inverted neck. I love the stuff from the 80s, and it's a really fun day when somebody brings this kind of stuff to trade in. Little static here in the 5-way switch, but you can spray that out. You know, if you look on the back of the Dawkins Tooth and Nail album cover, if you look on the back of that album cover, George Lynch is holding an Aria Pro II. And down in the bottom it says, sponsored, George plays Aria Pro guitar. So he had a little sponsorship with this brand for a while there. A lot of them built by Samick. A fun guitar to, you know, switch out different pickups in it. Back here on the back cover, it says Aria Pro II, or Aria Pro II, however you want to pronounce it. Accurate bolt-on system. So they took pride in their bolt-on guitars and tried to make it sound, I guess, you know, accurate, right? So, but a super fun guitar. Let me see if I can get a clean channel in this little EVH 5150 for a second. Let's see what happens. All right, so here's a little clean channel. It's still got a lot of crunch to it. But because we coil split this rear pickup, it's a dirty finger. It's a Gibson pickup. So now you can hear it. Super fun guitar to play, guys. Everybody have a great day. Go out and buy a used guitar.